My name is Ricky Hyde. I've been with Delgado Fire School for 29 years. I'm the coordinator, fire field coordinator, and environmental compliance officer. We have 4 major industrial props. We have one of our maritime props, which is our ship simulator. We will use periodically for the industrial groups that do interior firefighting.
Okay.
And we'll move them inside of the ship structure.
Okay. Tell me about the 4 industrial props.
The first prop that we have is what's called a pressure pit. We push a combination of mixed fuel, which right now for us is 70% diesel and 30% gasoline, and then we push propane as well. And these guys have to go in and use effective streams in order to get up close to the valves to be able to secure the valves and shut the fire off for that. That's the initial step. That just kind of gets those guys in who haven't had a chance to do firefighting and actually see some fire. We'll move from there to what we call a pipe rack. It's an overhead prop, and we push again both the mixed fuel as well as propane. And it gets these guys in situations where at the refineries, if they have leaks and things around that are up on pump seals and things along those lines, they have the capability to use effective streams, monitors, and go in and systematically extinguish that fire again by closing the valves off and then cleaning that area up.
Okay.
The third prop that we use is our loading terminal, and what we're doing is we're simulating loading platforms where trucks would come in and receive 8,000, 10,000 gallons of fuel. That is just a liquid fuel fire, and we use again that 70-30 mix on the fuel. And these guys will go in there are 2 upper valves that they have to shut off, so they're going to go up the staircase. They have some additional lines that are off to the side that are kind of sweeping the ground fire and keeping it away from the team that's up on the top.
Is it designed to have a cool fire underneath it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we simulate that pretty well. We'll go ahead and pre-dump some fuel in there so that they have a larger fire. Once it gets lit up and it starts burning, it's going to be a lot larger fire for them to have to handle. So it forces them to do a lot more teamwork as well as incident command structure and things along those lines. That prop is also used in some situations if companies use foam as part of their firefighting equipment, and what we'll do is we'll light that up and then they'll use foam and the AFFF foam and go in and put those fires out.
And fourth prop?
Fourth prop is our process unit. This has 28 working valves. I have 14 liquid valves and 14 working propane valves. At a lot of the fire schools, they have what are called dummy valves, and those valves don't work. It's just as the teams get up there and they touch the valve, then the instructor would tap his helmet and let the person up in the tower know. So what we do is we make them think, because although I've got 14 liquid valves, they're all on the same manifold, and what that means is as they're shutting down valves and securing fuel in certain areas, other areas are getting a lot larger. So it forces them to work on their strategy and tactics to be able to go in and systematically shut these valves off so it doesn't make a conflagration of fire that these guys don't have the capability to get into.